Okay, here we are, Facebook Live, here for the final match of the 2019 Ebonite Lafayette Open. We want to thank you for your patience and understanding here for all of our technical difficulties. Technology is great until it doesn't work, and unfortunately for us, it didn't work today. So, again, thank you for tuning in. Scott Gilmore here, live at Mustang Alley. Our final match, Matt Ogle, the 25 seed from Louisville, Kentucky, taking on the number 6 seed, Gene Perez from Indianapolis. And Gene starting off with a 3-6-7 split. Gene has been like a cat today. He's had tons of lives and makes up a tough spare right there. Best 2 out of 3 match here this afternoon for the title, the Crystal Trophy, and the 22nd title of the Lafayette Open up for grabs. Now, first look at Matt Ogle on the right lane, lane number 12. And he throws a strike. And now we're bowling on a fresh pair. We've used almost the entire house, but the end pairs. And 11 and 12 we've saved for the final match. We wanted something that looked reasonably well for the players. These lanes have really been bowled on quite a bit today, beat up. The lane conditions have been brutal. Plus 51 was your tournament leader with Nathan Mikulowski. And that is what players are trying to avoid. The 2-8-10. Now Matt going for the conversion. Gets the 2-8. Want to thank our sponsors, all weekend long making this possible. Want to thank the staff here, Holly Shepard and Larry Jenkins, and all the employees, Sam, Jared Massey, Brooke and the bar. They've done a tremendous job hosting us all weekend, letting us use the entire center for 2.5 days. You can't beat that. It's been our 22nd year here at Mustang Alley. Also want to thank other sponsors, Ebonite. Big shout out to Dave Watka and Brad Bridges from EBI prior to the sale to Brunswick. I want to thank their help for making this possible. And I also want to thank the current regime, Mike Dole and Bugsy Kelly, for helping me out here to make this possible. Also, other sponsors that have contributed. There's a bunch of them. Want to thank Ace Fire Protection, Thompson Brothers Auto Sales, Tim Seifers, Schomer's Plumbing. Also want to thank Awards Unlimited, McCarty Motors, Big Four Socks. David Slavin was here all weekend selling his socks. Want to thank them for their contributions to this tournament. Want to thank Joe Massey, too, as well, for helping me out with the great-looking masking units with the Ebonite logo on them. So it's been a culmination of a lot of things here to make this tournament possible. Hopefully I'm not forgetting anyone. Spare there for Gene Perez in the third. He's got 38 in the second. Matt Ogle on an open frame. Trails by 10 here early, game number 1. Best 2 out of 3. Strike for Matt Ogle there. He's been perfect on the right lane. Now he's got to make an adjustment here early on the left. other events coming up here, once we get all of our technical stuff taken care of, we'll be at the Indiana Masters in January 25th and 26th. We'll be there bringing you the finals of the 2020 Indiana State Masters. Then we'll be back, and that's at Championship Lanes. And Matt Ogle with another strike there, and he doubles to tie the matchup. And we'll also be at Championship Lanes in February for the Indiana High School State Finals as well. And then we'll be back again in March for the Indiana State Queens, March 14th, and for the finals and the championship round there as well. So plenty of live stream action coming up here on Savage Bowling TV. We'll also be in February, we'll be at the Woodland Bowl for the PBA event there. We'll do some vlogging and interviews with lots of the players, so that's always a fun week as well for Chad and myself. So plenty of stuff coming up here on Savage Bowling TV. We had 215 entries this weekend, so a great turnout here for the 2019 Ebonite Lafayette Open, and we look forward to next year already. Now Matt Ogle working on a double right lane. That's inside. Crosses over, leaves just the 5-pin. Again, want to thank everybody watching here on Facebook Live. We're trying to do the best we can here with little preparation for what occurred. And we'll hope to get that fixed here for the State Masters. Also want to thank my wife, Karen, for her hard work all weekend. She's been a blessing for me here at this tournament. A lot going on. And also want to thank Darren Hanel as well for helping us out all day Saturday. And it's a long day in the bowling center. We're here from Friday night at about 5:30, and we're been here basically for 13 hours, 14 hours yesterday. A little bit longer than that, actually. And then we're been here since about 7 o'clock this morning. So you put about 30, 40 hours in here over a weekend. It takes up a lot of time. And now Gene Perez, left lane. That's not getting back. He was working on a double there. Gene's got 85, I believe, in the fourth. Yes. Spare here would give him 105, would give him a 9-pin lead on Matt Ogle. Game number 1, best 2 out of 3, so you don't have to win. Win by 1 pin is all it takes. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast here this afternoon. Again, our apologies for all the technical difficulties, as we're disappointed as much as anyone here. Now Gene Perez, 105 in the 5th, spare in the 6th, now 7th frame, leads by 9. Comes in light. Oh, head pin flies across and tomahawks the 7 out. And now Matt Ogle. He struck twice on this lane so far, looking for his 3rd strike to keep the lead or deficit at 9 pins. Right lane, 7th frame. Oh, he trips the 4 out. And really right now, Gene is pretty much stuck with his game plan all weekend, and that's playing the extreme outer part of the lane with urethane, throwing the purple hammer. And Matt has thrown several different balls this weekend, and being on a fresher pair, he's going with something a little bit more aggressive, it looks like. And now he could take a 1-pin lead with a strike right here. Left lane, 8th frame. That looks right. Comes in light again. 210. And that's been the problem for a lot of players on the right side of the lane here, is getting that 2-8-10 out, trying to break that up. And he misses, leaving an open frame in the 8th frame, but still a lot of bowling here left. We'll crown a new champion this weekend, as neither player has won this title before. Gene has been in the semifinal round before on a couple of occasions, come up short, looking to add this to his extensive list of championships in Indiana. Oh, and he takes out the 8-pin. Great shot. In the semifinal round, both players had some extra work to do. Gene fell behind 1-0, and so did Matt. But Gene had a dogfight in game number 3. Ryan Burks and Gene were trading strike for strike. And then Ryan Burks made the one mistake, and he opened in the 9th frame, chopping the 4 off the 7. And Gene threw his strikes in 9th, 10th, and 11th frame to shut out Ryan Burks. And then Matt Ogle got behind early with a low game against Aaron McCormick, the Lafayette player looking to win this championship. And Aaron McCormick's shot went away, and Matt Ogle was able to capitalize, throwing 2 solid games of 210, 217 to come back and win that match 2-1. And now Gene Perez in full control with a strike there in the 9th. Open frame here now. Matt just looking to stay lined up for game number 2. The 7-10 has threatened him on a few occasions. He did leave one against Aaron McCormick. And now looking to cover the 7-pin here. Misses it, but it doesn't matter. First game's going to go to Gene Perez here. Total pins do not matter. And a strike there for Matt Ogle. We'll finish this game out. Gene Perez is going to take the 1-0 lead here in this best 2 out of 3 match. And Gene's look is really solid right now. Matt's going to have to really throw some great shots like that one right there to force this into a 3rd game. I want to thank Kevin Carney and TJ Schmidt for watching along. I'm sure Chad is watching from his phone as well. And we want to thank everybody for tuning in here. And we look forward to bringing the 2020 to you, hopefully, from wall-to-wall coverage here on Savage Bowling TV. But Gene's going to shoot 234 with the spare. Matt Ogle strikes out in the 10th. So now Matt looks like he's got the left lane down. So game number 1 goes to Gene Perez. Matt Ogle now looking to win game number 2 to force a game 3. All right, Matt Ogle going to start off on the left lane here, lane number 11. Oh, and he comes in high and is going to leave the 3, 6, 7, 10 right after he threw 3 just fantastic shots in the 10th frame the previous game. Not the start he's looking for. Hoping to convert the spare. Oh, and he does. Great shot. Again, want to thank my sponsors, Ebonite, Ace Fire Protection, Thompson Brothers Auto Sales, Mustang Alley, Tim Seifers, McCarty Motors, Smith Drain Service, Schomer's Plumbing, Big Four Socks, and Awards Unlimited. Matt Ogle in round number 1 took out defending champion Brian Halen in a great match as well. So Matt has earned his way here into the title match. Great start there for Gene. Another high flush strike. Also, another event coming up here at Mustang Alley is the Christmas Eve's Eve. 5th annual sweeper here put on by Jared Massey and Mass Reaction Pro Shop. That tournament will be held on December 22nd. That's the Sunday before Christmas Eve. $500 guaranteed for first place here. You got squads at noon, 3 and 6. Entry fee just $50. 1 and 5 will cash. So, oh, another great shot there by Gene Perez. Sponsored by Tim Seifers and 900 Global. So if you're looking for another tournament here inside Mustang Alley, believe me, the food in here is fantastic. I think you'll really love the coming in and bowling on a tournament Sunday, and just make sure you come hungry. Oh, another 3, 6, 7, 10. Not the start Matt was looking for here. He's got to make this. I think Matt's pretty comfortable that he knows he can make that spare. He doesn't want to leave it again, I tell you that. All right, 14-pin deficit right now for Matt Ogle. Take that back, 24-pin deficit. Matt needs a great shot right here. Oh. Just the 4-pin. He feels fortunate. Wondering if Matt would like to make a ball change here, maybe something a little less aggressive. He converts the 4-pin. I'm sure he's probably just thinking he's got to stick with that and make some adjustments here. Your adjustments have to be very carefully planned out. You don't want the head pin to get away from you. Now Gene Perez, 3rd frame, right lane. And he goes 3-bagger, and Gene's look on this pair is really good, and maybe the advantage I thought might have been maybe a little bit to Matt on the fresher pair turns out to be advantage Gene Perez right now. Hey, want to thank LJ Kopic tuning in. LJ gave his shot here at the event this weekend. Didn't work out for him. And John Paul Schmitz is watching along. Thanks for watching, guys. Now Gene Perez, 3 in a row. Make it 4. Right now it's all Gene Perez, and now Matt Ogle is in a must-strike situation here, and we're just in the 4th frame. That looks to be left. And that's the 3, 6, 7, 9, 10. And really surprised here by Matt's ball reaction. As it's all Gene Perez right now. All right, here's a conversion attempt here on right lane. And mistake there by getting no pins on the count. It's almost like Matt's conceding the match already to Gene here in just the 4th frame. Now left lane. And he throws one high flush. Great bowling by both these guys all weekend long. Matt tried his shot in the 8:30 a.m. squad on Saturday. Couldn't get in with that. Bowled the noon squad, bowled much better. Only 16 guys were plus. Check that 15 because John Verbic, our 16th seed, was even. So 215 entries, 15 guys were over par. That just tells you how tough this pattern was. And the first chink in the armor right there from Gene Perez. Well, he's human, folks. 247. Obviously, he wants to keep filling frames, and at some point in time, Matt's going to have to throw some strikes to catch up. And he makes the spare. In Gene's round of 8 match, it was a dogfight with Lafayette bowler Phil Raymond, and Gene left a pocket 6-8 split late in the game, looking like he was going to get Phil right back in his game, and he converts it. And that just when you think you might have an opening with Gene, he's able to make some split conversions that most guys can. It's just amazing how he can come up with a clutch shot when he needs it. And now he's working on a spare 6 frame. Comfortable lead right now. Oh, that's in the gutter. And we'll have to reset the pins here. I want to thank Jason Beck for watching. Jason, I hope your dad's doing a lot better. Hey, we're thinking about you guys, and I hope your dad gets well soon. And now Gene Perez with on a gutter. And look at that. Just your simple spare there. Oh, so many guys would typically pull that next shot right when you throw one in the gutter, but not Gene. He's playing right up the extreme outside of the lane. Now Matt Ogle looking to double here, and he does. Tomahawks the 4 out. This match is not over yet. 117 in the 5th for Gene Perez. With a strike here, Matt can cut the deficit to just 34 pins. Make that 24 with the strike right here. Left lane, 7th frame. Just a pinch high, almost leaving the 4-9. 4 falls late. Boy, and a shot when he really needed it. He made a great one. Leaves the 9 pin. Other notable players that made the top 32. Jeff Circle made the top 32 this week. 2013 champion TJ Schmidt. Obviously, 2018 champion Brian Halen made it. Scott Schmall, J.R. Raymond made the top 32. Zach Tackett made the top 32. Cameron Clark, Jesse Gibson. Ooh. Now the 2-4-7-8. Boy, here's a tough spare. Aaron Jones, she made the cut this week. She's a solid player. Ryan Stubblefield made the cut too as well. And boy, he threw it well all weekend. Of course, Ryan Burke's coming up just short, losing to Gene Perez in the semifinal round. Anytime Ryan Burke shows up, he's going to be in contention. Now a big spare attempt here for Gene, and he leaves the 9. And now, just a 20-pin game here with 3 to go. And how big would that 9-pin been for Matt Ogle there in the 7th frame? Hey, Joe Hutchings is watching up north. Hey, Joe, how you doing from Michigan? I hope you're doing well. And now Gene Perez, 8th frame, left lane, working on an open frame. Oh, big trouble, 4, 6, 10, and this game has totally taken a different turn here. Just like that. Thought Gene Perez was in total control. And now, how big is the 4-count spare where Matt didn't get any fill? I'm telling you, 4 pins. Oh, and Gene did the same mistake. 149 in the 8th. And now, I'm sure Matt would like to have 3, 4 extra pins right now, but he has a chance to get right back in this game. Right lane, 8th frame. Oh, it looks left. Leaves the 6-10. Still not out of it by any stretch here. 8th frame, he could have a spare working on a 180 pace. But Gene Perez he could strike out actually for 1 or 200. Gene Perez working on a 189 pace here. A lot can happen here with just 2 frames left. Left lane here, Matt would love to get a strike here. He just cannot get this pair down. 3, 6, 7 for Matt. Oh, and he chops the spare, taking the 3 back. Oh, right when he was right back in the match. Now Gene in the driver's seat. Stone 8-pin. Right now, Gene's just got to fill frames. You can see the frustration on Matt's face. 2-game total pin match. Gene Perez wins game number 1 and now looking to win game number 2. Oh my goodness. And he whiffs the 8-pin. My, oh my. Can you believe this? What would Matt do to have that 9th frame over again, and just even at the spare attempt? They've been hard all weekend, but you don't expect Gene Perez to miss an 8-pin in the 9th frame to try to seal a victory. Any type of mark will do it for Gene. Mark and good count. That'll do it here. Now he just basically needs 8 in the next 2 shots to win. I'm sure Matt Ogle is going to look back on this and think what he did, what he could have done maybe a little bit differently. And Gene's going right down the middle. There's your winner, folks. Gene Perez shooting 178 in game number 2 to win the 2019 Ebonite Lafayette Open powered by Savage Bowling TV. Heck of a run there by Matt Ogle from Louisville, Kentucky, but Gene Perez has been on some kind of roll. And now you can say Gene has won the Triple Crown in the state of Indiana. He's won the State Masters. He's won the Indiana Scratch Classic. and now he's won the Ebonite Lafayette Open. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching this broadcast of the 2019 Ebonite Lafayette Open. Again, want to thank our sponsors: Ebonite, Ace Fire Protection, Thompson Brothers Auto Sales, Thames Seafers, McCarty Motors, Smith Heating and Cooling and Drain Service, Schomer's Plumbing, Big Four Socks, and Awards Unlimited. Once again, Gene Perez is your 2019 Ebonite Lafayette Open champion. Hello everyone, Scott Gilmore here with our champion of the 2019 Ebonite Lafayette Open, Gene Perez. Gene, here's your crystal trophy.
Thank you, appreciate it.
And quickly, dogfight all weekend. Lanes were tough.
Yeah.
You were able to stick with your game plan throughout the entire day on Sunday with the urethane on the extreme outside part of the lane. It seemed to work for you.
Yeah, it was, before I got here Friday, I said I was going to stick with the urethane instead of the lump padding and it was hard. All the weekend it was harder, and every game after every game was harder and harder.
How was it, what does it feel like to win essentially what some are calling the Triple Crown in Indiana? You've won the State Masters, the Scratch Classic, and now the Ebonite Lafayette Open.
I've been the last maybe like 6 weeks, I've been bowling a little rough. I've been having a little rough time. And with this title right now, it gave me back a lot of confidence, and I don't have any words right now how I feel.
Well, you told me earlier this weekend that you're going to give your shot out on the tour, so this has got to help get you going here in just a few weeks.
Yep. Yeah, I hope next year will be as good as it's been this year, but on tour, it's a lot harder. We got to work hard and fight hard, and I'm just ready for it.
Well, your champion here, the 2019 Ebonite Lafayette Open, is Gene Perez, and we'll see you for next year's event here from Mustang Alley in Lafayette, Indiana. All right, we're back here at Mustang Alley for the 2019 Ebonite Lafayette Open. We're here with runner-up Louisville, Kentuckian Matt Ogle. And Matt, you bowled great all day long to get to the championship match, but it just didn't seem like you could get lined up like Gene was early on in this pair.
I'll be honest with you, I'm completely exhausted. I haven't bowled this many games in 2 months combined, so I mean, no disrespect to him, he bowled great all day. So yeah, I'm just exhausted, wore out. But I didn't have much on that pair anyway, so the fresh was never my favorite.
Well, I know we didn't have any competition on that pair to begin with, but if you had more time, would you have tried something else, or were you pretty much stuck with what you had going on early?
That's what I used in qualifying. That's the only shot I had. That's the only place you could play, in my opinion, to make sure you hit that pin every shot and then be able to make your spares. But obviously that didn't work out too well for me. What's
your plans moving forward as we move on to the next season? Are you going to try your shot here on the tour?
Yeah, I'm going back out. I'll be full-time next year. And hopefully we can make some more noise like we did at the doubles. So.
Yeah, the PBA Roth doubles are going to be at Indianapolis. So some maybe home cooking possibly for Matt as he moves on. Matt, thanks for your time.
All right, thank you.
All right.